various atomic models. First atomic model is Bohr's atomic model, and the second one is Rutherford model. Now, after that Rutherford model, what is the drawbacks of Rutherford model? We discussed over here. First of all, Rutherford said that the model of atom is like small solar system. We know that any atom or particle means in the center of atom there is a presence of a nucleus, and electrons are moving around the nucleus, and that place is known as orbit. That is the same case, similar with the solar system. In our solar system, center is act as sun, and all the planets are moving around the sun. So the gravitational force between the two planets is expressed in terms of G m1 into m2 upon r square. This G is for gravitational force. m1 and m2 both are the different masses of planets, and r square, r means the distance between the two planets. Now atoms have the charges. Nucleus is contains positive charge, and electrons which are present in orbit contains negative charge. So both the charges, positive and negative charge, attracts towards each other, and that force is known as Coulombic force. So the Coulombic force is denoted by K into Q1 Q2 upon r square. This K is for Coulomb. Q1 and Q2 charges present on the molecules or atom, and distance is known as r. According to Maxwell, charged particles should emit radiations. When electron is moving around the nucleus, then electrons containing negative charge. The negative charge particle is in motion, so the acceleration is provided by electronic movement, and the electronic movements will accelerate the electron, and those charged particles emits the radiation, and the radiation in a form of two types. First is a wave nature, and the another one is particle nature. When the particle emits the radiation, there is a strong attraction field is generated. According to that attraction force, orbit will continue to shrink in 10 raised to minus 8 second. Shrink means this is our nucleus, and electron is moving around the nucleus, but experimental conditions shows that in a very normal or very minor timing, that is 10 raised to 8, the electron will shrink into the nucleus. So the attraction force is high, so electron is shrink into nucleus like this. Electron is moving towards the nucleus because of attraction force, but this case does not apply on any atom. So we can say that this Rutherford model cannot explain the stability of atom, because when the electron is moving towards the nucleus, or electron goes into the nucleus, at that time the atom becomes very unstable. So the electrostatic force can accommodate the electrons in a specific orbits, and in orbit electrons are present in orbital. So we can easily tell that Rutherford cannot explain the stability of any atom in chemistry. Now another theory, that is wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiations means when the charged particle is moving around the nucleus in a presence of electronic and magnetic field. So those radiations are known as electromagnetic radiations. And the another type is thermal radiation. Thermal radiation means absorption and emission of radiation by heated object is known as thermal radiation. Emissions means on outer side and absorption means to inner side. Oscillating electric and magnetic fields produced by oscillation of a charged particle, and this charged particle is our electron. So electromagnetic waves can move in vacuum. Suppose there is a one pond and we throw one stone in the pond, so there is a wave generating in the surface of water. We can say that sound or water waves require the medium, but electromagnetic waves doesn't require any medium. They can travel in a vacuum position also. Now these electromagnetic radiations have dual nature. Dual nature means first nature is a wave nature and the second one is a particle nature. In these electromagnetic waves, the electric field and magnetic field both are in a perpendicular position. So we can show that suppose this is the oscillation of electronic field and the magnetic field is perpendicular, means at 90 degree this radiation is passed. So this one and this electronic waves both are at a 90 degree position. So both are perpendicular to each other. When this both electronic and magnetic fields are traveled in a same direction, at that time this wave will generated and those waves known as electromagnetic waves. Now this has the various types of electromagnetic waves. The radio frequency region is near about 10 raised to 6 hertz and microwave region is about 10 raised to 10 hertz. IR means infrared frequency is around 10 raised to 13 hertz and sun radiation is in a region of 10 raised to 15 hertz. Sun radiation means we see in a routine light. This is known as visible light. In this wave nature of electromagnetic radiation, one definition is there. The definition of wave number. Number of wavelengths present in a unit length or present per unit length is known as wave number, and wave numbers are denoted by mu. In our next theory, we are going to discuss atomic number and mass number. We discuss only wave nature in this video. After this atomic number and mass number, we will see the particle nature according to the Planck's constant and photoelectric effect, but in a next video. Today these are the two basic terminology which is required for your calculation of examples. The atomic number and mass number is differs in a very small number of proton in nucleus is known as atomic number. The atomic number symbol is capital Z. and number of protons plus neutron is known as mass number. So the equation is A is equal to Z plus N. In the X is any element, Z is present in a downside and A is present on upper side. We can take one example is there. Suppose there is a sodium in a place of X. Z means the atomic number of sodium is 11 because there are number of protons 11 is present in sodium, and the atomic mass or mass number which is considered as 23. So we can say that A is equal to 23 means Z is 11 in present sodium. So the neutrons will be 12 in number. So this is the basic format to calculate the example which is based on this atomic number and mass number. We will see over here the theory atomic number and mass number. From that equation you can find out the number of proton, neutron and electron which are present in a molecule or ion. In this example, the atomic number and mass number is already given to you. In some cases, there is an absence of atomic number. So you must know the atomic number of 1 to 30 element. So you can easily calculate these examples which contains 2 marks. Our first example is Na means sodium. Atomic number you already know 11 and the mass number is taken as 23. So how can we calculate this example? First of all, the atomic number is 11. So the number of proton is fixed according to the atomic number. The number of proton is taken as 11. So our first is atomic number is 11. So number of proton is equal to 11 because this is fixed as atomic number. This atomic number is taken as Z. Now second thing, number of electron. So there is in a sodium atomic number is 11, so number of proton is 11. This sodium is a neutral atom, so there is a absence of any ion. In this sulfur -2 is charge, in calcium +2 is charge, in aluminium there is a +3 charge, but this sodium is a neutral atom. So we can say that the number of proton and number of electron both are same. So number of electron is equal to 11. And now the third number of neutron. Number of neutron can be calculated by that equation A is equal to Z plus N. Therefore N is equal to A minus Z. A is 23 and Z is 11. So 23 minus 11 is equal to 12. So number of proton is 11, number of electron is 11 and number of neutron is 12 in this neutral sodium. Now in this sulfur case, number of proton is equal to atomic number is 16. So number of proton is 16. In our second point, sulfur containing -2 charge, the sulfur is accepting 2 electrons, means 16 electron is present in comparison with protons, plus sulfur is accepting 2 more electrons, so 16 plus 2 is equal to 18 electron. And third one is N is equal to A minus Z. A is 32 and Z is 16. So number of neutron is 16. So we have 16 proton, 18 electron and 16 neutron in this sulfur -2 ion. In calcium, atomic number is 20. In this calcium, there is a +2 charge, atomic number is 20, so number of proton is equal to 20. +2 means this calcium is donating its 2 electron, so number of electron is equal to 20 minus 2 is equal to 18, and number of neutron is equal to 40 minus 20 is equal to 20. Remember one thing, when your ion is minus, addition of electron takes place, and when your ion is positive, subtracting of electron takes place. Number of neutron, A is 40 and Z is 20, so our neutron will 20. So here our three numbers, proton is 20, electron 18 and neutron 20. In this oxygen there is a absence of atomic number. The atomic number is not given. You must know the atomic number of 1 to 30 element. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. So number of proton is 8. Oxygen containing -2 charge, so number of electron is equal to 8 plus 2 is equal to 10, and number of neutron A minus Z is equal to, A is 16 and Z is 8, so the total number of electron is 8. These are the 4 examples which is very easily described over here. This 5th and 6th you have to try by your own experience. Now we are moving towards our next theory, which is also most important for 2 marks, isobar and isotopes. Isobar means atomic number is different and atomic mass is same, is known as isobars. So the top of atoms is same but the bottom of atom is different. So the example of isobar is carbon 6 14 and nitrogen 7 14. The atomic mass is same, that is 14 and 14, but the atomic numbers are different. 6th one is carbon and 7th one is nitrogen. So this is the basic example of isobar. Now isotope. Isotopes means same atomic number and different atomic mass. Same atomic number means the element is continuously same throughout the isotopes, but atomic mass is different. Why this atomic mass is different? So we can say that mass is differ due to the number of neutrons. The number of neutrons is different in every isotopes. Here we taking one example, element, proton, electron and neutron. Element is hydrogen. We are taking the examples of three isotopes of hydrogen. First isotope 1H1, the second isotope 1H2 and the third isotope 1H3. So you can see the atomic number is same, but the atomic mass is different. Here is 1, here is 2 and here is 3. So what is the difference? Proton and electron both are same in every cases. Now this is our first isotope, which is known as protium. This protium is we can get from atmosphere according to 98%. So this is the major part of first isotope, which is not containing any neutron. There is an absence of neutron in 1H1. In our second case, second one is known as deuterium, which is used in heavy water production, and this deuterium is contain one neutron, and the third one is known as tritium. Tritium is a very rare element. It can be found in a ratio of 1 gem 10⁻17. So this tritium is act as radioactive element. So the 1H3 contains 2 neutron. So we can say that mass is differ due to the number of neutrons. The number of proton and electron is same in both the cases. Okay. Now, and the another example of carbon C612, carbon C613 and carbon 614. This carbon have 3 different isotopes. Atomic number is same as 6 and atomic mass is different, 12, 13 and 14. So this is the basic two terms, isobars and isotopes. Okay, thank you.